Man, that song makes me laugh, but it's awesome. Resistor 3XL, a big boy revolution. That's right. It's Hump Day, May 6th, 2026. Just a reminder that this Friday, I am going to be at Footwear Outfitters across from Herning between Jiffy Lube and Papa Murphy's in Pocatello from 10 to noon. They have their annual Keen event going on, a whole bunch of discounts, all that good stuff. And if you see me during those 2 hours, you can enter in to win pit tickets to go see Papa Roach set it off in Autumn Keens. That exclusive drawing only for people who show up to the remote. Can't be, like I said before, oh, hey, my friend has work. Can I sign them up too? No, you can only sign yourself up by going to Footwear Outfitters in Pocatello Friday, 10 to noon, and then Saturday as well. Victor is going to be at the Idaho Falls Footwear Outfitters location, the same time, 10 to noon. Sign up with him as well to get entered in to win tickets for Papa Roach Set It Off Autumn Keens live at the Port, July 23rd. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Speaking of concerts happening here in the area, at some point this afternoon, I'll be giving away another pair of tickets to go see Theory of a Dead Man and Seven Dust, the Dead Seven tour at the Mountain America Center. I believe that one's happening September 23rd. With Return to Dust as well. I'll give those away at some point here on Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. I'll be right back with some more random crap to talk about here in just a few. There's a Reddit thread blowing up right now asking what's a dream job that turned out to just be overrated. Some of the replies are really surprising. As a matter of fact, you got people saying things like working in gaming sounds fun until it became endless crunch and burnout. Also, being a chef looked exciting until they realized it's basically stress, burns, no weekends. Airline jobs sound pretty cool until people discovered airports at 4 a.m. lose their magic real quick, that kind of thing. A bunch of people saying social media careers look cool until their entire personality became content. Everybody grows up imagining the idea of a dream job. I've talked about what I dreamed of being as a kid, a WWE wrestler, a few times on the show. And then I saw the injuries that they went through and went, okay, you know what? Maybe I should just be a WWE referee. So as a kid, I would tell people I wanted to be that for some reason. Nobody imagines what the job is actually really like in real life. They just dream about the fun part of it, like being in a band, and you don't realize that you have to tour for most of the year, go to all these places, you don't know which city you're in, you're performing at night, sleeping throughout the day. A lot of people in that thread ended up saying the same thing. They stopped chasing dream jobs, started chasing jobs that just gave them stability, decent pay, a life outside work, which sounds less exciting when you're 8 years old, but sounds amazing once you've been humbled by adulthood a few times. That's why local jobs with real schedules and real companies matter more than what people think, which brings me to this week's Hire East Idaho Job of the Week. Go check out HireEastIdaho.com. This week's featured job is a bookkeeper position with Mountain West Farm Equipment in Idaho Falls. Pay starts at $20 an hour, can go up to $24 depending on experience and benefits. It's the kind of job that a lot of people eventually realize they actually want. Steady environment, family-owned business, flexible scheduling between 8 and 5, full-time or part-time options. No experience required because they'll train you. You'd be handling invoicing, customer statements, vendor bills, front desk stuff, helping keep the office running smoothly. No pretending your job is your entire identity. No rise and grind, LinkedIn nonsense, none of that. After reading that Reddit thread, I think more people are starting to realize there's nothing overrated about peace of mind, Go apply for that job and others like it at HireEastIdaho.com. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity. Here's Never Tell and Sleep Theory. Break the silence on K-Bear 101. There are some charity events where people show up because they feel obligated. And then there are events like this where families actually want to spend the whole day there. The Ronald McDonald House Charities of Idaho Family Fun Run and Carnival is happening June 20th at Snake River Landing in Idaho Falls. It sounds like one of the better summer events around here. You've got the 5K, the kids' fun runs, carnival games, food, music, prizes, face painting, all of it. And it all supports the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Idaho and the Family Room at Ermac, that amazing cause. The Family Room does a lot more than people realize. When families have kids in the hospital, especially long stays, that place gives them somewhere to breathe for a minute, food, rest, showers, even overnight rooms in some cases, all close to their child. I mean this respectfully. This event is perfect for people who want to say they did a 5K without immediately turning into one of those ultra marathon Facebook people. You know who I'm talking about. You know the type. Just finished my casual 19-mile sunrise trail run. You know that one person. Everybody knows that one person. The Ronald McDonald Family Fun Run and Carnival happening June 20th, Snake River Landing in Idaho Falls. You can find the link to it, the link to the website through the channel apps. Just open up the menu, click RMHC Family Fun Run. It'll take you right to it. Peaches Pit Party on K-Bear 101. There's an artist by the name of Harada Matsumoto. Hopefully I didn't just butcher her name. She's a part of Japan's underground idol scene, which I don't know what exactly that is. It's this highly competitive, low-paying corner of the entertainment industry where artists often perform in small venues here, according to the article, and rely on direct fan engagement to survive. I love seeing lower-tier bands at different venues around in Salt Lake City and Boise because I know for a fact after their set, they're going to be at the merch table and you can walk up and take a picture with them, say, hey, thank you so much for the show tonight. You guys did great, blah, 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 blah. I got to hang out with a few bands because of that, one of which is Deadlands. I actually got the chance to interview Casey and CJ the last time they were in Salt Lake City last summer. Deadlands is going to be opening up for Vana this weekend at the complex, the Lady in Red tour. It's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to that. But any single time I take a picture with like a female artist, I always feel kind of weird to be like, hey, let me put my arm around you and say, hey, we're best friends, that kind of thing. So I end up doing a different pose. The picture of me and Casey Carlson of Deadlands, I look so old and gross in that picture. I look like I could be like her weird like dad. And I'm like, I'm only 28 in that picture. Luckily, I posted the picture of me, her, and CJ, so there's at least another guy in the photo, right? And I'm holding the poster. I'm just kind of like giving out the horns. You know, that's the go-to pose. Because I don't want to put my arm around people, make people uncomfortable, that kind of thing. I just don't want to touch people. And I know when I take my picture with Vana this weekend, if the interview happens, which I'm really looking forward to, I really hope it doesn't cancel. I talked about it yesterday, about how she posted how she has the throat plague. And she was even talking about in a different interview that fans ask her to do weird things at meet and greets. And it's like, I've seen that, and I've seen other stories pop up of people acting weird with WWE superstars. It's like, just don't be weird with people like that. Don't be weird with celebrities. Don't have them do things that make them uncomfortable. Just take a picture with them, talk to them, say the same old usual stuff. You're a giant fan. You've been watching them for this long of a time. You're excited to see how they grow in the future, all of that stuff. Oh, man. Celebrity meet and greets are just downright weird. Speaking of meet and greets, I got the chance to meet these weird dudes. I'm calling them weird in a good way. Hollywood Undead, one by one on K-Bear 101. The affair scandal involving Diana Russini, is that how you say her name? And the New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel rolls on. Reports are swirling that Russini's husband is dealing with the embarrassment, still cares about her, and would want to find some way to fix things if he can. And not surprisingly, sports bettors can get in on the drama. The prediction market call sheet is letting customers weigh in with their dollar on whether Vrabel will be head coach of the Patriots when the team takes the field week 1. So far, people are guessing strongly to the tune of around 80% that Vrabel will keep his job at least when the season gets going. The Carolina Hurricanes are winning on the ice, but they've already run out of their most popular souvenir, the beer skate. It's exactly what it sounds like, a massive 28-ounce mug shaped like a hockey skate. They sold them during Game 1 of the playoffs. Fans went so crazy, they had snatched up 5,000 before the third period even started. The team says it can't get any more in stock before the season ends, so if you didn't grab one for $19 at the rink, which I'm assuming is everyone tuned in right now, They're already hitting eBay for as much as $200. Of course they are. Many sports fans know about the 9x9 challenge in baseball, which involves eating 9 hot dogs and drinking 9 beers in 9 innings. But a fantasy football loser recently had to endure a 9x9x9 challenge as punishment for finishing last in the league. In one day, this guy had to run 9 miles, golf 9 holes, eat 9 donuts, drink 9 shots of espresso, complete 9 ski runs in Killington, Vermont, finish 9 nicotine patches, and then finish with the baseball challenge of eating 9 hot dogs, drinking 9 beers, and sitting through 9 innings in baseball in Boston at a Red Sox game. A TikTok video shows this guy still standing may have just enjoyed the best day of his life or anyone's life ever of all time. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. I want to give a shout out to the loyal listener, the Redneck, for dropping off donuts. I got back from my lunch break just a tad bit before the show started, and I see this giant truck just parked, taking up 2 spots in our tiny little lot. I'm like, who's parked like this? Sure enough, it was the Redneck. He was nice enough to drop off donuts for me, Victor, and Justin from 105 The Hawk. Shout out to him. I just ate one of them, and now there are donut bits on the computer mouse in here. I apologize, Victor, if you're tuning in right now. What I wanted to talk about on this specific break is the Met Gala. Not about anybody's dumb outfit, no. I'm just trying to figure out who exactly cares about the whole Met Gala. People care about the pictures. They care about who shows up, what they dress as, what their outfits look like. Did Sabrina Carpenter kill it? Did she slay, as some would say? Every year, the internet pretends this is some deeply important cultural moment when really it's celebrities walking upstairs dressed like an evil villain in like a superhero movie back from the 1980s. You want to see who looks cool, who looks ridiculous, who like is trying their absolute best to be the most absurd thing at the whole ceremony, whatever it is. Is it a fundraiser? I think I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's exactly true or not, but I think it is a fundraiser for a museum. A lot of money goes into this. Jeff Bezos decided to put a bunch of money into it as well, and I guess people were boycotting it because he is a part of it. I don't know. I don't care. I think I was reading something about how these people who are supposedly boycotting the Met Gala because of Bezos pitching in money to it, they were putting bottles of fake pee everywhere. It was water with food coloring because of the whole old thing with Amazon that some delivery drivers couldn't have access to a bathroom, so they would just go in a bottle. It's kind of gross, you know? Anyway, who cares about the Met Gala? Here's Tom Morello featuring Caleb Shomo of Beartooth. Everything burns. Apparently, dolphins might be the frat guys of the ocean. Researchers, they filmed dolphins passing around pufferfish. And scientists think they may be doing it because the fish release a toxin that puts them into this weird trance-like state. And the funniest part is how careful they are with it. They're not just eating the fish. They gently chew it, pass it around, float there staring at themselves in the water like they just discovered philosophy. Imagine being a marine biologist trying to stay professional while watching dolphins basically hotbox the Atlantic. I love that humans heard the story and immediately went, dolphins are just like us. Dolphins are smart, aggressive, they travel in groups, and apparently experiment recreationally. That's too much similarity. Imagine being the pufferfish in that situation. You evolved for millions of years developing a deadly defense toxin. Dolphins figured out how to turn you into ocean vape juice. We're getting to a point with AI where the headlines are starting to sound less like cool future technology, more so like, hey, maybe we should stop using it. Maybe we should get away from all of it. Stop developing this so rapidly to the point where it's going to be a massive, massive problem. You've got people now suing Google over things like their Gemini AI This story got pretty dark. There's one lawsuit involving claims the chatbot pushed somebody deeper into delusions and self-harm. Another case involved Google's AI falsely labeling a musician as as an offender of sorts, if you catch what I'm talking about here. That's the scary part about AI that nobody really talks about enough. It sounds confident even when it's completely wrong, like that one stupid kid in your class in middle school. Humans are weirdly wired to trust confidence. If a robot says something with enough authority, people go, well, I guess that's true. Sometimes it just gives you the dumbest answers. Yeah, there's a guy suing Google because its Gemini AI became so addictive it made him sick and also have withdrawal symptoms. People are so addicted to it. And I've seen those stories. There was a whole subreddit about, what was it, My Boyfriend is AI, that whole thing. People are talking about what their, quote, boyfriend has done for them for the day, and it's just a chat bot. Oh, terrifying. We're getting closer to that movie Her. We're getting closer to the movie WALL-E as well. You know, those people that were so fat they just have to float around in chairs the whole time on that cruise. Yikes. Here's Black Veil Brides. Vindicate on K-Barrel 101. This might be the most relatable Pope story ever told. Apparently, Pope Leo XIV tried calling his bank back in Chicago to update his phone number and address after moving to the Vatican, and customer service hung up on him. The funniest part is he apparently answered all of these security questions correctly, explained the situation, and the bank employee still goes, "Sorry, sir, you'll have to come in person." Which, I mean, that's policy. But then he apparently tried one last thing. Would it matter if I told you I'm Pope Leo? And click, hung up on the Pope. That woman's about to get reprimanded, or is it the right word? I don't know. That lady's about to get in massive trouble for just hanging up on the Pope like that. Imagine going home that night, finding out you accidentally disconnected one of the most recognizable people on Earth. I mean, it is commitment to procedure. She did say, hey, you have to come in person. And then she probably did think, like, hey, somebody's pranking me. Pope Leo XIV could call me on this studio phone right here at 208-535-1015. It could be some random prankster here in Idaho. Tries calling me and says he's the Pope. I'm like, sure, buddy. Click. Find out it actually is the real Pope who just, for some reason, listens to K-Bear. Hey, if you ever think you're having a bad day, at least you didn't drive your car directly into a wall because it looked like a tunnel. Yeah, that actually happened. This guy ended up in the hospital after crashing into a wall painted to resemble a tunnel, and immediately my brain went straight to the classic Looney Tunes cartoon. This is straight up Wile E. Coyote behavior. Like, all we're missing is a painted road runner, little beep beep sign off to the side. I know people online are joking, like, how do you fall for that? Humans are not nearly as smart as we pretend to be. We've all walked into a glass door that looked open. Don't act superior now. This is next level unfortunate. Imagine explaining this to your insurance company. Sir, can you describe the accident? The wall looked drivable? No policy handbook prepares you for that sentence. The artist responsible has to be feeling a dangerous amount of confidence right now. Like, he made it look so realistic that somebody just drove right into it. Oh, that's awful. I'd be so embarrassed. It's villainous, I tell you. Speaking of that, here's Eva Under Fire featuring Maria Brink of In This Moment on K-Bear 101. Today's What the Headline proves once again that cops really do not get paid enough for the randomness that they deal with. An Indiana deputy gets a call about an animal in the road. Simple enough, right? You're probably thinking one loose dog, maybe a goat. Nope. This man pulls up and apparently discovers that Old MacDonald, the entire Old MacDonald cinematic universe has escaped. Talking goats, chickens, ducks, turkeys, geese, basically every animal that makes an annoying sound before sunrise. And I love that dispatch probably undersold it hard too. Yeah, we've got an animal on the road. No, there's an agricultural uprising happening. You know, somewhere in that body cam footage, you just know the deputy had a moment where he realized that this was not covered in training at all. How do I do this? How do I approach this? You can't exactly yell, everybody freeze. The ducks don't care. Geese actively want problems. I've dealt with a few of them getting rather close to me at the Greenbelt. Whenever I go for my walk around the entire thing, I do my big loop. There's always a few geese that stare at me like, look at this giant freak. Maybe I should peck at him. There's always a ton of them, too. Will gain up on me. That is today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear 101. Just earlier on the show, we talked about dolphins allegedly passing around pufferfish to get weird underwater, like they were inhaling the toxins to get high. And now we've somehow arrived at military dolphins. What is happening in the ocean right now? Reporters actually asked this guy, the defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, about rumors involving Iranian kamikaze dolphins and military dolphin programs. That's a real Pentagon briefing that happened. And before people think that this is totally fake, the U.S. Navy actually has used dolphins for years, apparently. Not for explosions and action movie nonsense, but for things like detecting mines underwater, because dolphins are apparently ridiculously good at it. They're smart. They communicate with each other. They may recreationally mess with pufferfish. And the military looked at them and went, yeah, we can work with this. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.